Gio Reyna has spoken about his future in a recent interview. He says, I just want to go somewhere that is at the highest possible level, but still play an important role, get consistent minutes and be an important player for any team, whether it's at Dortmund or somewhere else. What do you think, Jan? Do Dortmund want him back?
I just feel I've seen that Reyna interview before. It's all down to the players. When we read about what the Dortmund's going to do next season, what they do now in the recruiting work, they try to get in players. I never see Reyna's name mentioned in that planning. So I got a feeling that they will try to find a solution now. They got a new head of sport in Lars Ricken. So there's going to be changes, and I don't see a big future for him in Dortmund. I could be wrong, but I have not seen anything that shows that he will be a big part of that.
Gab, what is his market right now?
We're still talking about a young player. We're still talking about a player who's got tremendous individual gifts. We're still talking, and I think the commercial side of it is really important, about an American player with a World Cup being held in Canada, Mexico, and the US in 2026. I think all these people, everybody's going to take these things under consideration. Is somebody going to pay you a fee for Gio Reyna? No, he has to prove himself. And I think we're kind of in the exact same situation we were in January when, if you recall, they extended his contract for another year. So to kind of protect his asset value. And they sent him on loan to Forest thinking, look, Premier League shop window, you get hot, maybe somebody will come out and make us an offer. It didn't happen. He played very little. He's basically played very little the last 3 years, as you can see from that graphic. So I think it's going to be a repeat of the same thing. We'll try to find a club where, if he stays fit, he plays regularly. And then they evaluate where they are. I mean, I wouldn't discount the possibility that, maybe in January they talk about extending his contract another year if he plays well enough, where they think that, they can get a fee or maybe even bring him back to the mothership. This is the only thing I think Dortmund can do right now, and it's in Gio's best interest as well, I think, to get on the pitch.
You've just seen the stats there. What is his level?
Who knows?
I think Gio Reyna at times shows flashes of a player that could be special. And that's, I think, the problem. Because you see the flashes and you believe, maybe, yeah, there's something there. And we're going to get the best out of this guy. And he is going to be a guy that we can think about in the future being a consistent performer. But he hasn't been a consistent performer. And while I understand what he's saying, that he wants to play at the highest level and play consistently and actually be an important performer for one of those teams at the highest level, hey, I wanted to play at the highest level too, and I wanted to play consistently too, but guess what? I wasn't good enough to do that. The only way that you prove yourself to be good enough to do that is consistently produce results. And in the case of an attacking player, he has to have an impact on the game on the offensive side. And he doesn't do enough of that. Given what we have seen in terms of the numbers, it's difficult, other than some of the reasons that Gab just mentioned, that are not so much on the field as much as they are off the field. It's hard to make a case right now for Gio Reyna. I think he's a talented player. I think he's shown flashes. But I know for certain, and this is not even speculation, I know for certain that we haven't seen enough consistency out of him to warrant a whole lot of attention.
But I think that Gio Reyna got to find a club now. And yes, highest possible level can mean a lot, because that is based on his skills at the moment, what he's doing. For him, it's very important now, and we have to defend him a bit because he's been having a lot of injuries. I still got him in my mind when I saw him going off with tears in his eyes over the years at Dortmund. But he needs to find a place now where he can, for a couple of seasons, play steady Eddie and be ready for a World Cup at home. I think that's got to be his priority, and it's going to be a very important move for him now, because he has to play football, and he has to play football on that level, and you have to play football and also get the confidence so you can kind of use your talent, because he's a very talented player, but you need to show it on the pitch.
It's huge that he and his people Because clearly, 6 months ago, they've just wasted everybody's time. And whoever was advising him 6 months ago to go to Forest, he needs to move them out the road. Because that had nothing to do with his career whatsoever. What he needs to do is have people around him who can sit down and honestly look him in the face and talk to him and say, right, where do you think your talents should be at your best? And whatever that is, go down one. Whatever he thinks it is, go down one. Because he's in a position where he's not in charge anymore. He has to rebuild his career. And he's only going to rebuild his career by going down a level. So wherever he thinks he should be, go down one and start again.